Hi everyone, welcome to the Knitting Den. This is episode 152 and today is Thursday, February 26th. I did not record yesterday. Tuesday used to be my normal recording day and that seems to have changed to Wednesday, and that didn't happen yesterday either. But I'm here now and I hope you didn't miss me too much. You'll have to excuse the hair. This is my I'm cleaning the house today look. I just pin it up. I've got bindi fur stuck to my lips, I think. Anyway, welcome to everyone. Welcome if you're a new viewer. My name's Denise and I'm also known as Knitting Den on Ravelry and Instagram. Welcome back to everyone else. I'm having my second cup of coffee. Do I look tired? I feel tired this week and I don't know why. Anyway, second cup of coffee, but I got a new mug. Thank you, Dale. I, for some reason, never even thought about checking the Starbucks mugs when I was in Florida the other week, but Dale kindly sent me this one. So this is going towards my collection of friend mugs, or just not even, well, if I'd have picked this up myself, it wouldn't have been a friend mug, but I kind of want to collect mugs from where I've been, and then I seem to be getting some mugs from friends where they've been or where they live, and that's very, very special to me. Anyway, where am I at? I need to go in order or this is going to go all over the place. So, said welcome. Thanks for joining the Ravelry. I can't get that out. Thanks for joining the Ravelry group if you have done so this past week. And I know two ladies, Kim, hello Kim, who is Squimbelina in London. She joined and left a message, oh gosh, it's going to be one of those mornings, an introduction. And also to Tracy, I want to say hi to Tracy Chorley on Ravelry, and you're in Essex. So thank you ladies for leaving a little introduction, and I know I don't reply in that thread now, but I always like to say hi personally on the podcast, so I hope you're watching again. And let's see, I've written a few notes. Excuse me. I am still, you probably can hear it, a little congested, and I have a kind of bit of a cough from the cold I was getting over last week. But I've got a few notes and a lot of stuff sitting around. I have a lot to show you. I hope you're sitting comfy. I don't have my Kit Kat. As I said, this is my second cup of coffee. I've already been up over 3 hours. It's about 7:45 in the morning now. I get up at 4:30 each morning. So maybe that's why I feel like I'm looking tired. But anyway, Kiki's gone to school. Hubby went out at 5 o'clock this morning. We've had tons of snow. We got another 4 inches overnight, and they still have not even delayed the start of school this morning. So everyone's out of the house. I have little Miss Thing sleeping on her perch here. I'll have to show you her. Hold on. There she is. I always have to turn the camera off so that I can flip it. But she's on there looking as sleepy as I feel. And Boo is probably on the floor in the hallway as usual. So yeah, I could quite easily curl up with her right now. Now, so that's all welcomes, I think. I know I'm going to go off on tangents and I don't know how long this podcast is going to go because I feel like I'm just going to ramble. I do want to start by saying what I'm wearing. I know Lynn has been watching some old podcasts, crazy girl, and she asked yesterday on the group if I ever did get hubby's cardigan finished, I think is what she said. Or did he ever wear the cardigan I knit for him? Well, the answer to that would be no. I wear it, and I've mentioned that I've wear it before, and I've got it on this morning. Hold on. Oh, I feel like I've got fluff stuck to my lips. I've got chapstick on and it sticks there. So, let me see if you can see a little bit more. Obviously, it is very big for me, and it's knit with Barocco Vintage, which I did not like after the fact, although I have chosen to use that for my Lawrence sweater. But I didn't like it because it's pilling a lot. And I hardly wear this cardigan, honestly, but it pilled so much I do have a remover now to remove the pills, and I need to use that. I do like that it's not itchy. I'll stop chopping my head off for now. Maybe I'll stand up and you can see a little bit more, although I'll be right on top of the camera, I think. So this is what I do. It never did get buttons on, look. And I just kind of wrap it around, and it's quite long and cosy and warm, and I do love it. And I guess, you know, at least it's getting worn, not necessarily by him. That's fine. And I might take it off in a minute because now I'm getting hot, but that's the norm as well these days. So Lynn, yes, he doesn't really wear it. I finished it and I wear it and I like it, and I will one of these days get the pills off. Now, if you want information about what the pattern is, just look on my Ravelry page. I think it was ribbed something cardigan, men's cardigan, and I think it might have been a paid pattern. No, it looks like it's a paid pattern on Ravelry, I think, but there was always a link to go to Knitting Daily or somewhere that you could download the pattern, the booklet with other patterns in it. So I haven't checked for a while, so if you want to look into that, you know, I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing. And let's go into, I've got a few things to talk about before we get into knitting and, you know, the rest of the show. I want to mention the prizes, the drawings that are going on, not the prizes of the drawings, the giveaways that are going on in the group right now. We have 3. So I'm trying not to get confused, but I did want to show you the prizes this time. So the first thing I want to mention is on Sunday this week, March the 1st, that is going to be my 3-year podiversary. I put out my very first podcast on March the 1st, 3 years ago, which I still find hard to believe as well. But that is a fact. So I did open a thread, and I asked you, I don't know if I opened it last week or the week before, I did ask you to just, you know, leave a comment in there, tell me a little bit about perhaps when you start watching or what you like about the podcast, things like that. So I've been reading them, and I have to tell you, it thrills me. It makes me feel so happy to just read nice things. I mean, who doesn't like to read nice things about, you know, sometimes I motivate you to do this or inspire you to do that, or you like this part of the podcast, or some of you have been watching from the very beginning. You're crazy. But I do appreciate it. I love knowing that some of us have been on this whole trip from then to now. We've been on it together, and you guys you've seen me in Texas, that's where I started. You've travelled with me to Colorado, you know, in the house that we rented, and looking back, I was looking back at a few little podcasts, and you know, remembering the time I used to sit outside in that house we rented in the summertime. And then, of course, I bought this house, or we bought this house, and the times I've gone and sat outside on the porches and that, which everyone enjoys. And hopefully, well, I was going to say hopefully soon I might get out there again, but no, I think the way the weather is here in Colorado, it might be quite a few months. I'm going to stop the video and take you over to the window because I can see the sun shining on the mountains or the hills over there. And I'm going to try and zoom in and see if you can see a little of it today. It's not snowing right now. It's stopped, we got about, as I said, 4 inches, but I told you I'm off on a tangent. Before I show you the prizes, let's go have a look outside the window. Okay, I'm at the window now. I've got the camera still on a tripod, so hopefully it will not be, you know, wobbling all over the place, but I just kind of, if I can, I wanted to zoom in, and I'm trying to tip it so a tiny little bit more, and you can, perhaps you can see, I need to, there we go. This is one of the views I love. I love when you can see the sun is coming up, but it's only shining on the horizon kind of thing, on the mountain over there. And then over there. If I went upstairs, you might have been able to see the snow-capped mountains, although it still looks a little bit hazy. And, excuse me, as you can see, I'll zoom back in. Here's all the snow we've got still, and I'm going to go on this side. I'll plop it down there and give you a little look around. And then, of course, blank bit there because that's, yeah. Probably be better if I held it, I don't know. So there's the view from these windows too. I do wish the deer would come out so you could see them, but anyway. So there, I just love that this house is full of windows, although I do complain a little when, you know, it's sunny and it gets really, really hot in here, but so there you go. So that's the beautiful view I have this morning. And Missy Moo, you're not going out there. She's going to whine at the door to go out, but too much snow on the deck. Anyway, I just closed the curtains because the sun was starting to kind of come up behind me as well, and I'm going to be adjusting myself all the time. Anyway, the Kiki Boo Book Lovers Kit. This is the prize. I wanted to show you it all, and I'll wrap it up again for the winner. I think the picture in the Ravelry group is a drawstring bag, but that's not what I have left. I got that wrong. I've got the wedge bag left, and it's got the Zeeded Bupper Pill attached there with the yarn and needles charm. So the winner gets this, and then the lovely Michelle, Dancing Dog Dye Works, from the Dancing Dog Dye Works. Yarn dyeing. It's going to be one of those mornings. Anyway, Michelle dyed the yarn to match the bag, which is gorgeous. This is her jive sock, and it's the 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 80 and 10% nylon. So it's the MCN blend. It's super soft, and she gave it the wonderful name of Bibliophilia. So that goes with the prize. And then there was some other goodies. There was a bookmark I made. No, Bindi, I'm not letting you out there, sweetie. And then it does also come with stitch markers. And these are, trying to get them. It came with stitch markers, and one of them being a little book charm as well. And it's had a little note card in. You know, a blank one for you to use, a little bookmark and a little gift tag. That was a little set. And then I put some extra little gift tags in for your knitting. So all of those go together as part of the kit, or the whole kit, and that will be the 3-year podiversary prize. So if you haven't done so already, there's still time to put your name in, and you must be a member of the group, obviously. And we are, you can't go out, sorry, no, it's too much snow. We're nearly up to 1,000 members, so I think we'll hit 3-year podiversary before then, but you never know. If you haven't joined yet, then that should encourage you to do so, because you have to be a member to win that great prize. All right, so the other prize, because we're having prizes for the knit along, and I'll talk about that in a minute, I wanted to put another prize up in case you weren't joining in with the knit along. I don't want to let you out, Bindi, it's too much snow. So there is another thread, and the prize for that, there's 2 prizes in the thread. It's just a just because giveaway. Are you coming up? You're going to pester me? Hello, baby. I know. You can't go out, there's too much snow. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, you're not happy because you like to go out in that snow, don't you? Oh. Oh no, oh no. All right, so the other just because prize. There is 2 prizes. One is this gorgeous fibre from Deb, who sent this a little while ago for the podcast to give away. I'm going to take it out the bag, and I'm going to crinkle it, especially for Tilly. So I know she likes the sound of that. And I do have to admit, I like the sound of these bags too. These are the very crinkly kind. So this, oops, I know, no, don't you sniff at it. This is the fibre, and it is merino tencel, and the colourway is called Time and Tide, which I think is gorgeous. So that is one of the prizes. And then the other one, I was giving away the shawl pattern that Kimberly, Sock Bunny on Ravelry, donated, which is one of her designs, the bee leaf half pie shawl. I was giving that away, but I also, the winner is going to get a skein of lace yarn that they might want to do that pattern in, or they can use it for something else. And I did say I have some in stash from Sock Bunny Studios, and I'm going to give the winner a choice of which colour. So this is what's in my stash. Ta-da! Oh, it's very hard to part with these, but you're worth it because you know, I still have two. I'll still have two on the shelf. Actually, there's three. I've got three. I've got a pink one too, and I am willing. If you are a pink lover, I'm willing to share that and send that to you as well. So this is the lavender lace weight base from Sock Bunny Studios. It's a superwash merino. This one is it all like that? Yes. It's 80% superwash merino and a 20% bamboo. 875 yards. This one's Florida Flamingos. This one is called Jellyfish. This is Rainstorm. And this one is called Branching Out. So the winner, you will get a choice of these four colours. That's two prizes. I'm going to put them over there for a minute. Two prizes for the Just Because drawing. And then I'll show you in a minute the prizes. I'll just remind you of the prizes for the knit along. All right, so with all of that said, let's jump into what we're going to chat about today. Well, I have works in progress, knit alongs, which is another work in progress really, crochet, show and tell, book talk, perhaps with a little review, I don't know, or I might just show you the book I've got, and some girly chatter, which I think may well bore the pants off you guys out there, but that'll be your choice whether you hit the stop button or listen. So, girly chatter, very girly, coming up. Alright, so I don't have any other notes, so I'm going to just have to go down the list. So works in progress, let's think about it. Oh yeah, I've got stuff here with me all over the place. I'll get to the sweater last because that'll lead us into knit-alongs. So what I've got right now, you know, I was looking at this the other day and I feel like I've not got that much on my needles, but there is some old projects I really need to start giving a bit of love to. So I think this week, let me grab my pen. I think this week I do want to start setting a few little goals, like Zena was doing from the Little Yellow Uke podcast. I generally, because I've not got any deadlines, I'm not knitting for anybody really but me, I've just knit what I want when I want. But I realise that I'm not getting anywhere with some of these older projects. So I think I need to set a goal and tell myself to do at least something on these older projects. So I'm going to just make a note of that. Goals. So the first thing I have up, this is not an old project, this is new. So while I'm going at it and it coming along nicely, I still want to give this as much love. I'm knitting this nice little out of the Barocco book and the Barocco's new yarn, which was, is this the indigo? Yeah, indigo. This is recycled cotton. I started knitting this. If you remember, this is the only picture in this book of this. You can't see the front. And I did mention in a previous episode that to see the front, you can go on Barocco's website, and they do have a 360 video, just a few seconds of the girl walks into camera shot on the beach, where she's at here. and she'll do a little turnaround, and you'll get to see that the front is plain and it's a V-neck. So I have got this on the needles. It's one of my latest projects, and this is how far I've got. If I can hold it up without it coming off the needles. So I did work on this, and I've had to stop. If I can, I don't even know where it's at. Well, it would be here, wouldn't it, where the needle's done. I've had to stop because this is the first ball of yarn or skein, and I need to wind some more into a cake. So it's hard to show because it's all on a 24-inch needle. This is the back. I don't want it to come off the needle. So this is the back pattern going on here. It's like 3 pattern repeats. So I've got my markers here. So like 1, 2, and 3. And then the rest is just knit. The pattern actually is knit in 2 pieces, back and front, but I've chosen to do in the round because I don't want to be seaming it. So hopefully that'll work and come out okay. I think I've gone down 2 needle sizes because of me being a little bit loose. And as I mentioned before, I am enjoying this yarn, this cotton, recycled cotton denim or something. And I know it's not going to be prickly and itchy. So I do want to, like, you know, give that lots of love because there's no sleeves or anything. It should be a fast knit, and even though I probably won't be wearing it for quite a few weeks or months even, I just want to make progress and get something off the needles. I can't remember the last time I had a finished object. So that is one of the main works in progress. Another one, excuse me, I did work on this yesterday, and I want to, this is probably one of the goals. I've got 3 pairs of socks on the needles, and so I want to give either at least one in between other whips, you know, some love each week. Otherwise, I'm going to always have 3 pairs of socks on the needles. I'm not going to get any off. So I worked on this a little yesterday. This is Dancing Dog Dye Works 2-stripe sock yarn, and ask me if I can find the label for it. I don't know where the label's gone, so I can't even remember what Michelle called this colourway. Isn't that terrible? I have to, oh my gosh, if I could just get organised. So I forgot what it was called, but I will find the label, and I've stopped right here because I am about to do the heel. I'm going to show you some of my bags then. This is my Kiki Boo bag, one of my earlier ones I did for myself with the Winnie the Pooh on. So that is in here, and I didn't show you my other whip is in this bag that I made and kept myself, with a seeded bupper pill there with a tree on it, with the flowers. So that's in that bag. I want to try and fill up my project bags. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a project in every bag you own. So I think I'm about there actually. I don't think I've got any that's empty. So I was going to start the Fish Lips Kiss heel on this, but I then decided I think I want to try something else. And I was looking last night and I haven't come up with anything that I can try. I do know that a few of you have mentioned the OMG heel from Megan of Stockinette Zombies. That's a paid-for pattern, so I would have to get the pattern and see. I think she does it from toe up. I'm considering that. Either that, or I will just do the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I haven't decided yet. But I do want to set a goal. Perhaps if I set a goal, maybe I should write it down while I'm telling you as well. I'll set a goal and turn the heel, get the heel done on that. That will be one of my goals. So there you go, that's goal number 1. Let's get the heel done on that, so then I only have to, it's plain knitting to as long as I want, because it's just a plain vanilla sock. So that's that. I'm not setting a goal with the pink top, because I'll just knit, you know, whatever I get done, I'll knit when I want. It's not an old project. Socks are getting a little bit older. And then This is an old project. I feel like it is getting old, and so I do need to set a goal for this. This is my bunched up mess. The Hanging Leaves shawl by Alana Dakos from the Botanical Knits 2 book. I have not done anything on this for quite a while, and it's just plain knitting, and I increase, I think, every 4 rows or something. So I should really set myself a goal. I don't know how to set the goal, whether to say I should knit for so many inches or knit for like half an hour each day on it. I don't know yet, but I do know I want to give this some love this next week. The yarn for this, and I've been really good, I've kept it all together. I got it from my local yarn store. It's Meadow, yeah, from the Fibre Company. Rustic Luxury, it says on there, and it's colourway Lady Slipper, and there's lots of different yarn fibres in here. It's 40% merino wool, 25% baby llama, 20% silk, and 15% linen. And there's 545 yards in this. So it takes one of these, and then the leaves, I haven't fetched the book to show you. You can always check on Ravelry for that. Hanging Leaves shawl. The leaves are done in this yarn, and I've got the same colourway that it calls for. I got this at the local yarn store. I don't know how you say that. I don't know. It's in the artichoke colourway. I know that much. And this is that's Bindi. Sorry. What is the content? Oh yeah. 70% super baby alpaca. You have to have a drink every time I say alpaca. Oh, and that's getting a little bit cold. 30% merino, fine merino wool. So I do need to give that a little bit of love in the next week as well. I also have in that bag, and I need to find a different bag for it. Oh, look what I've found. I've got this in the bag, in the same bag. I need to get another bag. And it's got this label in it. This label, if you notice, says Pumpkin Patch 2 Stripe. So guess what that belongs to. Hang on. That belongs to this yarn, doesn't it? Well, I just said I can't find. That's my I thought it was Pumpkin Patch. Didn't like to guess. So that goes back in there. And the yarn, this stripy yarn I'm doing, I can't remember if it's Blossom. I knit a pair of socks with this yarn last year, and what I'm trying to do is squeeze out. I think I've got another ball of this somewhere, probably in the bag it used to be in. I'm trying to squeeze out another teeny tiny pair of socks from, a skein of yarn, because I don't do my socks usually very high, and this is all I've got started on the second sock. This was going to be my car knitting, so I'm not too concerned about giving it some love, although I should, otherwise that's again another pair of socks that I'll never get finished. Now, what else have I got? I'll go into, yeah, this is not on the needles yet. So, I do have, as I said, some, I forgot what else it was. I do have some other bags of shame, as Kia says. I really need to give this project some love. And again, I don't have the book with me. I've got to do something with this. I looked on my Ravelry page. I cast this on last February. It's been a whole year. It needs some love. It needs finishing. And it's the perfect time of year to wear it, so I really do need to get on with it. I still have quite a bit to do though. This is a top. It's called IWI. Again, it's Barocco. It's in one of these booklets that is probably upstairs, and it's with their yarn called Folio. I don't have the label in this bag. I have done, it's in 4 panels. The front has 2 panels, the back has 2 panels, and then sleeves. So this is one panel. think this is the front. And then this is like one of the fronts, you know, one of the panels is plain. So that's the front. And then I've got the plain back, and I'm only this much. I have not got a lot done on the panel, the lacy panel. So I need to work on that. Excuse me. And I have two whole sleeves to do. And this is the yarn Folio. So it looks a lot bluer there. It's a lot more of a greeny teal colour. It doesn't change. I don't know. People do that and then go, oh, this is better. But to me, it looks the same colour. But I should really, you know, put some love into that. I do like how it coordinates with my fat squirrel bag. So that's another goal. What else was I going to do? I already forgot what I said on that. Oh yeah, hanging leaves. I'm going to give that a little love. And I don't know how much, but I will give them all a little bit of love, and then the iWee. I do have another bag of shame, and I didn't bring it with me. It was the Avalon shawl. I really need to give that some love. Could have put that down as well. I'll show you that next week, because hopefully I'll have some knitting done on it. And that brings me into one of the other main projects, which is one of my whips, and that is a knit-along as well. It's the knit-along going on in our group right now, and it's for the Lawrence sweater. And again, I need to catch up with Sarah and Matt, because I don't know if Sarah's, how she's progressing on this. I have to tell you now, I won't get this finished by the deadline, which is end of the month. It's going to be Saturday. I don't have any coloured pictures. I've just got this printed out in black and white. But it's one of these, if you haven't seen it yet. It's a short-sleeved sweater top with a big cowl. And I'm still increasing, and oh my gosh, it's taking forever. But again, I stopped working on this yesterday because I need to wind another skein of yarn. So here it is. Looks bright blue, but it is kind of a nice bluish colour. This is the cowl. I'm showing you the back now because it's got that seam. It folds over like this, and then it's got a lace panel on the front and a lace panel on the back, and the rest is garter stitch. But it's knit in the round, so it's knit a row, purl a row. And as I said, I've got some increasing still to do. And then you do the welts on the bottom. I've got that to do around the bottom, and then you pick up for the sleeves, and I've still got those welts to do around the sleeve too. I'm not making as much progress as I would like. I just feel like it's taking forever. And this is going to be fun. I've only got one skein left. And I think I'm going to need more. And the reason I didn't get more at the time was because my LYS only had the 5 or 6 skeins that I got. I'm hoping that she's got more in, and if it's a different dye lot, I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to get away with using it around the bottom, the welts and the sleeves. I'll have to see, because I don't think I'm going to have enough with just one. I don't want to make it shorter than it is supposed to be. I do want to make the length correct. I want it to probably cover my bum, actually. So, we'll see. That's interesting. That's what I'm going... I've got going. That's one of my biggest projects, and that's in one of my biggest bags. That's my sweater bag that I did just a few weeks ago with my new toy from Christmas, my embroidery machine. So with that, let me tell you, there's 2 prizes for this knit-along, and so far, the last time I looked in the group, there's only one finished sweater, and that's from Tracy, who has a podcast also, and that is Tea Plays Nice. Hi Tracy! I was trying to catch up with you yesterday. I forgot which one I was watching, but if you haven't seen Tracy's podcast, check it out. Tea Plays Nice. She has a Ravelry group too. She's on YouTube, and she's such a sweetheart, and she's in England, and I just love listening to her. And I love her smile, her little smile. You come across like you have a little smile, and you're so sweet, Tracy. And keeping me company yesterday and knitting on that Lawrence. I kept thinking about you all the time. I was rather jealous because yours is finished. So, the 2 prizes, and this is where I'm deciding. If Tracy is the only one that gets the sweater finished, I'm going to give her a choice of the prizes. We have yarn that was donated from Jen, who was Daisy Knits on Etsy. She was at the Sock Bunny retreat. She kindly donated this beautiful skein of yarn. It's got sparkles in it. Again, a little bluer on screen, a little lighter blue teal kind of colours that I'm looking at. Dewy sock, it's merino nylon, 75, 20 and a 5% stellina. So, and there's that, and then this is awesome bag. These bags I love from Christine of Rainstorm Studios. This is one of her window bags, so you can see what's inside. And this is one of her large wedge zippered bags. So she kindly donated that. So if Tracy's the only one that finishes, I think she totally deserves a prize, so she's going to get a choice. And then I'm going to pull for whoever else has been working on a sweater. If you've got a post in there, because it's whips and finished objects really, and chatter in the same thread. So I know Sue's working on hers. I know, oops, forgot your name. Blueberry Chick. I forgot your name. Sorry, sweetie. But you're working on yours, and honestly I forgot if anyone else is posting there, to be honest. But if you are working on the sweater and you haven't posted in there yet, do post just an update or where you're at, what you're knitting, and I will do a drawing for the remaining prize. And that's going to be all in next week. I'm going to have 3 prize giveaways next week, or drawings, so I'll be announcing the winners of the prizes. So that's knit-alongs. Let's see what we're going to go into next. I'll keep my eye on the time. Not sure when this will be cutting off. Alright, so that was the knit-alongs. Crochet. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned this or if it was just last week. I'm losing track of what's happening each day. Go figure. I had recently mentioned, like, I'm trying to learn how to crochet. I'm going to go get my little birdie because I kind of finished him off, so I'll be right back in a second. What was I going to show? And I mentioned getting jumping ahead, and instead of just working on a blanket, I wanted to try and do, I haven't got my glasses on. I wanted to try and do a top, because I found this gorgeous crocheted top, and I was, debating, like, when would I be good enough to crochet a top like this? It's a paid for pattern. I hadn't bought it or anything yet, but I was kindly gifted this past week. I just absolutely love this top, and so I was gifted the pattern, and I have to admit, looking at the pattern, it's like a foreign language, because I have never. I just want to show you quickly, because it is a paid for pattern. But as for a knitter, and if you've never crocheted either, you'll know what I mean. Are you ready? That is a chart. I have no idea what it means. So, I am going to think about trying to do that. And as part of the crocheting, I was trying to practice a top. There's a free tutorial on YouTube, but this is all I got to, and I don't know. I think I should do small little practice squares or things like that with the stitches it's showing you, because this is what I've got, and to be honest, I think this is the top. So it'll, it's going to be I should show you the top. Oh, it's on YouTube. I'll not do that. It's a pineapple pattern still, which is like that, and I've been following the lady's instructions, watching her do it, and I'm kind of onto the second round where I think we're starting a pattern, but I don't know, it's kind of looking strange to me. I might rip that out and just practice, try and find the pineapple pattern and just practice it instead of trying to make, you know, from scratch the garment, because this is not even the one that I have the pattern for. But let me go get the other little crochet bird that I did. Alright, so I showed you the little birdie last week that I had made, because I wanted to kind of do a smaller project. I was still looking for buttons, but I used the buttons I had found, and I gave him green eyes. And then it has buttons on the legs, but I didn't have any more buttons, so I just crocheted his legs like it says, you know, chain, and tied them in a knot. So he's finished. That's my very first finished crochet project, other than a granny square kind of thing. And I don't know where I'm going to hang him, but he's cute. It was I forgot, did I get this from Attic24, the website for the crochet? I think I got it from her. She had a tutorial on her website, and it wasn't even a video, so I was actually following her pattern, you know, trying to read her pattern. So I did that, and I've just been thinking, I don't even know if this is still going on, the little along with Danny from Little Bobbins Knits and Zena, little yellow uke. I'm sure you can, normally in knit-alongs we can always enter crochet and stuff like that as well, not just knitting. So I think, if it's still going on, I haven't even took a picture of this yet, I need to add my little bird. It's little enough, isn't it? Just a little project, a little bird. I'll have to look and see what their rules are, but I did finish him off. It was practically like that last week, but I sewed him where it said, I sewed him down and I added his eyes and his legs. So that's I guess that's a finished object really, isn't it? And earlier this morning I pulled out this magazine that I got, basically because I think I ordered on eBay a few months back, or sometime last year, I didn't order, I bid on a pack of, or a set of magazines. There was 4, and I can't remember why I was doing it. It might have been to get the Jane Austen magazine, and it came with 3 others. It had a Vogue magazine, another Knitters magazine. I don't know if it was called The Knitter, might have been that. I don't think it was something else. Doesn't matter. And one was this, because I never would, obviously, I wouldn't have bought this on its own, not back then. And so I pulled it out because I was thinking like, oh, you know, I'll just have to give that to somebody. But I want to read through it now because I'm curious as to see whether I can actually follow a pattern. You know, there's shawls, there's lacy shawls, and then, oh, look at this. I haven't even looked through this properly. Tilly, look at this. I don't think I can do this that quick though. Tilly's got a knit-along going on. In fact, again, I'm not up to date, so I don't know when these knit-alongs are finishing, but she's got a tea cosy along in her group. That's Trout Mail, and Tilly has a podcast, Tilly Trout. Look, it's a crochet teapot, and he's a hedgehog. Wouldn't that have been fun? But I don't think I'll know enough to get that done that quickly. And then I just saw this, when was this? Quite a while ago? I don't even know. It just, oh, special issue 2014, I don't even know what month. Display until February 3rd, 2014, so it must have been the beginning of last year. I like this, never done a hat in crochet, and that's very pretty, don't you think? But I do want to start reading through it and just, some crazy hats for the kids here. Where the whimsy things are. Hats based on that book, Where the Wild Things Are. But I do want to read through it and see, you know, just out of curiosity. I mean, I have no idea. Is this a pattern that you follow, or is this just... I mean, is that a chart like we have charts in knitting? Is that a chart to follow? Or... I guess it must be. I really need to do some investigating. Oh wow, look at those boot covers. Called, oh, the Cloud Strider Spats. Wow. I think this is supposed to be kind of like a Princess Leia hat, or a snail hat. Actually, is it just like snail? It's got beads around it. Wow. But just rather interesting. Anyway, that's something I'm going to be looking at later today. And they even have cows and mittens. So I don't know, I'm just surprised at myself getting so into crochet. It's just something I never thought I would be doing. And it's time for the sweater to come off because I'm hot. And then I'll have a sip of cold coffee, I guess. Oh, should heat that up. All right, where are we on to? Before I go into show and tell, I have a couple of things I want to get on the needles. I know I said I need to work on old projects, but I'm getting bored and I want some new stuff on the needles as well. And I can't remember if I showed you this the other week. This is Fino, it's upside down, by Manos. As I say, Manos del Uruguay, so I call it. It's a lovely dusky kind of pink. And I bought it the day before I went to the Sock Bunny retreat because I thought I might want to cast on something new then, and I never got round to it. Let's see if you were interested. 30% silk and 70% extra fine merino. I think it is a single ply as well. And my intention was to cast on the honey cowl. And so I'm still thinking about doing that this week. I just need to decide on what needles to use. It says it's a DK, it takes a DK weight yarn, it's a free pattern, the honey cowl, and it says to use size 8 US needles. I think that is way too big a needle for me for DK weight yarn. I think it'll just be way too loose. These I picked up 7s instead. I started to cast on yesterday and I thought, you know what? I even think a size 7 is too large for this. So I might do a size 6. So I will think about getting that on the needles. It's one of my goals, although it's not an important goal. And that is in my newest bag. And that's again from Christine of Rainstorm Studios with her, it's got a little pocket here. And it's embroidered coffee cup. I love this. I think it's just awesome. That embroidery, it just matches this fabric so well. I love it. And it's got a nice fabric inside. So I got this at the Sock Bunny retreat as well. This is one of my bags. And as much as I love the see-through ones, I just couldn't resist that one because I just love the fabric as well. Thank you, Christine. Her bags are awesome. So I'm thinking I want to get that on the needles, and I haven't found the yarn yet. But Tilly's got me going on this. Tilly Trout, it's your fault. Last week I showed you this book and give you a review. So Tilly loved it so much she ran out and bought, not literally, but she went and bought or ordered the book from Amazon, and it came. And I saw on Instagram this morning, I think it was Instagram, that she wants to cast on some socks and join in with Dan and Kay from the Bakery Bears podcast and I can't say this, Knits. It's like Nick's Knits, but he says the Kay. That's a new podcast, and he's joining, they're getting together and doing a sock along in March. I think that's when it's starting. And Tilly showed this pattern, or these socks that I showed you last week as well. So she said she wants to cast these on. And I had to laugh because somebody commented and said, oh, 3 feet, yes. Look at that. Isn't that funny? There is only 3 feet there. I don't know where the other person's foot is. So she's got me now. I mean, I did like this pattern and I thought about I want to get it on the needles, but I don't know when I would do it. But now she's got me wanting to get these on the needles because it obviously is thicker yarn. And let me see if it tells me what yarn. I mean, you're going to use size 6 needles. They should be a really fast knit. I'm trying to find, yarn here. I don't know. I'd have to do a gauge swatch because it's not telling you. It's Nashua Hand Knits Julia. I'd have to look on Ravelry and see. It's 50% wool, 25% mohair, and 25% alpaca. Have a drink. 5 stitches and 6 rows to 1 inch. So I think I'm assuming that might be like a worsted. I just thought they would be super fast to knit. So I'm going to have a look around and see what yarn I've got in stash. And oh, Bailey's going to bark because I hear a dog out there. Don't you even think about it. And I'm considering getting them on the needles this week too. I know that would be more socks on the needles, but I can't help myself. I have to cast on what I want to cast on. So that is after crochet. I'm going to go into show and tell now. I just wanted to mention those. All right, so show and tell brings me to the title of this week, Going Loopy. I went to the Loopy Ewe on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yes. With my friend, my knitty neighbour friend, as I call her. Hello, knitty neighbour friend, if you're watching. Sometimes she watches, sometimes I don't think she gets a chance to. Anyway, we went to the Loopy Ewe. It's in Fort Collins, and it's about an hour and a half away from here. So it was a little bit of a drive, but it was well worth it, because I don't know if you've ever been to the Loopy Ewe, but it is big. So we weren't disappointed. The strange thing is, it was up in a building. You know, we saw the sign up on this building in like a shopping strip, as we call them, and it said the Loopy Ewe, and it was a row of windows, but I didn't know where the door would be. So we walked around the corner and went into this lobby way, as I would say, and it had, different names, as if like there's offices, and there was a lift there, elevator, and sure enough it said Loopy Ewe on the 2nd floor. So we had to get the elevator up to the 2nd floor to walk into the Loopy Ewe. But there was tons and tons of yarn, and I did post a little picture on Instagram. There was what I loved about it, I was thrilled with, to see some of the indie dyers, their yarn in there. Lisa, who is Fibre Nymph, she has Fibre Nymph Dye Works, I think that's what it is. Her yarn was in there, and I took a little picture of that and posted it on Instagram. And I did see some Desert Vista Dye Works yarn there from Susan, but I don't think I saw any striping, and I do, if there was some self-striping, I might have picked it up, but I didn't see that. I want to think, who else was there, if there was another indie dyer. I'm not sure. But what I bought, I didn't get Lisa's yarn because I do have some of hers in my stash. I had to pick up a skein of yarn of something I've never tried before but heard tons about. So this is going in my stash, and it might not be socks, it's probably going to be a shawl at some point. I got some Socks That Rock. I've never had it before, and I've always heard fabulous things about Socks That Rock. And I think Diane from Knittables used to be a podcast. She doesn't do it anymore, but she always used to say how fabulous this yarn was as well. This is just 100% superwash merino, and the colourway is called the Winter Blues, which is quite appropriate right now because it's very winter here, although I'm not blue about it because I do like to see the snow. The sun always shines. It's still very, very pretty and, as you know, beautiful here. But I do like the colour. Again, looks very deep. Maybe that's a bit better, although it's blurry. It's a deeper blue there. It's more like a sea green. You know, like when you see the sea and it's got like a green tinge to it, tealy tinge. It's kind of like, it looks very dark on there, and I think that's bit because of the lighting. But I had to buy that, and I bought some other little notions and that. I got these cute little scissors because I'm going to start trying to have a little notions pouch or box in each of my project bags, because I'm always looking for scissors and tape measures and stitch markers and things like that. So I got these cute little things, and I got some of these. I think I mentioned these recently. I mentioned something about putting stuff on the tips of my needles. So I got a pack of these, there's 2 of them in there. I got one of these little stitch markers to hang on, because I'm always looking for a clicky stitch marker. Not stitch marker. It is a stitch marker, but it's a counter, a row counter. I'm always looking for one. I only have one clicky, I think. And because it was our first visit there, we got a free tape measure. So that will go into my little pouch. And instead of getting a pouch, I mean, I can sew, you know, my own notions pouches when I get around to it. But my friend and I bought one of these. And the reason I bought this, to be honest, let's face it, look. Oh, I just realised though. Oh, thank goodness. I was going to say, oh, I won't be able to get my scissors in. Because I didn't realise it looked like that. But it's got dividers and you can take them out, obviously. Because the whole point was to put these little scissors in. So I could take 2 out, put the scissors in like that. I could put stitch markers in. The tape measure would fit in there once it comes out of its bag. And what I loved about this little box was the price, $2. I should have got more, but I thought I would just try it first and see whether or not I liked it. This was probably going to go into something like a sweater bag, and I think my other bags should really have a small sewn, you know, softer notions pouch. But anyway, I love that. That was my other goodies. And the last thing I got, I couldn't resist this, and don't ask me when I'm going to knit it. So much I want to knit, never ever enough time. This was the last pattern they had, and I actually thought it's for myself. I'm going to knit this and I'm going to carry it and use it. It's a purse or a bag, and it's a sheep and it's Loopy Ewe. Isn't that just adorable? There was one, I didn't even see the pattern, but there was one hanging up, and knitted, it was made and it was hanging up there, and it said they had the yarn and the pattern available. If it was a kit, I would have loved that. I'd have got everything, but they don't have the acrylic boucle yarn in now. They don't sell it, or they don't have any, and that's what I needed, as well as you know, some other wool cascade they recommend for felting. So I didn't get any yarn yet. I'll have to look around and see what other kind of boucle I can get. So I just thought that was fabulous, and I have no idea when I'll get it on the needles. Okay, still moving on and chatting away. We've got some book talk. Oh yeah. Oh, did I just show? Oh, this. I haven't finished show and tell yet. That was show and tell, and I have something else that came in the mail yesterday, and I'm going to. It's out of its bag, but I'm going to crinkle it for Tilly. Remember, last year I had a little giveaway because I was contacted, and don't ask me for her name because I've totally forgot already. But I was contacted by someone saying they were having a Kickstarter, and I give you the link. She gave, I think it was some fibre to give away. I sent her the name of the winner. That was all a few months ago last year. And I actually at the time went onto her website, Twist Fibre Studio it is, and I actually bought myself, or pledged, you know, a certain amount of money for one of her kits. You could buy yarn, you could buy fibre, you could buy bags, or you could buy all 3. And of course I got all 3. And this, I'll show you it all, and then I'll show you in detail. And it came yesterday, and I'm just totally in love. Fabulous. So I ordered, it's called, where was it? Here it is, Lisette. That was her colourway, and I just loved these colours. So I got some fibre, because I thought that might motivate me to get back to my spinning. I don't normally keep that much fibre in my stash at all. So that is just gorgeous. That looks purple there, but it's kind of like a... Well, I guess it is purple when you look at it. It depends on the light. It looked almost like a soft brown, but now I look at it as slightly purple, and what you are seeing it very purple. But love that. It came with the matching yarn, and this is in her fingering. It's just a merino nylon blend. So I liked the colours in that, and then of course it was to match the bag, and I got one of these, which is, I love getting other people's bags, even though I sew them all myself. Just fabulous. So, and I have to cast on something with that and put it in here, but I don't know what yet. I don't have plans to cast that on just yet. But that was my other show and tell. I nearly completely forgot about it. That was in the mail this morning because I forgot to check the mail yesterday. But with the snow coming down, I didn't trudge up to the mailbox. I hope the lighting's still all right. It looks as if it's getting a little bit dark or wishy-washy. All right, so moving on to some book talk. Just a quickie. I have not picked this up yet. I've not read any of this since last week. So there's another goal, really. I should set myself so many pages, otherwise I'm not going to get this finished. I don't have any time frame to get this finished. It was the book club read for my neighbourhood last month, but I didn't go because I was in Florida. But I did start reading the book and I'm enjoying it, so I want to, carry on and get that finished. What I did do, I couldn't resist, it was start the other one of the books I was sent, The Great Christmas Knit-Off. I think I started that yesterday, so you can tell which one I'm enjoying more right now. This super fun read, and it's and it's going to be a quick read. It's based in England too, so I'm loving. I just love the references and that. Sometimes I get so many memories from reading books like this. For instance, one particular thing. She talked about having a cup of tea and a Garibaldi. Now, over here, you will have no idea probably what I'm talking about when I say a Garibaldi. But she did say it was a Garibaldi biscuit, so that would give you a clue. It is a biscuit, and I've not had them in years. And from what I remember, they used to be kind of like a slab, and you would break them off and had currants or raisins inside. And you would always snap it, and there would always be... You'd snap it right where the raisins were. I'm going to have to Google a picture. Because to be honest, I forgot what the packet looked like, but I just remember like, oh, I used to have Garibaldis. So I just love fun things like that. And it's so sweet right now. The young girls come down from London to like this little quaint, town to get away from things going wrong in her life. And the yarn store that she goes into, it's called Hetty's Haberdashery or House of Haberdashery. And there's a little old lady in her 80s, and it's quite sad about her because she's getting old and nobody's using that shop and stuff. But this young girl goes in there, and I think she's kind of going to turn it around. She's already started to, they moved their chairs into the window and they started knitting together so people could see them. So I have a feeling I'm going to finish that in the next few days. And it's really, really fun. And I want to thank again. Thank you to the lovely girl that sent it to me. So, the other thing, this is a book, I don't know why I bought this, but I just couldn't resist. And I don't know how I got to see it. I think I was on Amazon last week. I don't know how I totally forget how and when. But I saw this book, and it's not a brand new one. I had to buy it from, Amazon third party thing because they've got used books. And it was this. I don't know why, I just saw it and I thought, I want to see what's in that, I want it. And it wasn't expensive because it is a kind of, it said it's used, I mean it doesn't look like it's been used, it's just got a mark here where the sticker probably was. And repurpose a tea towel, and these are patterns, again, probably to just maybe get me motivated about sewing again. But these are things you can do mainly with vintage tea towels. And I have not found any vintage tea towels. I've not really been looking for some, but I love the idea of using vintage tea towels. I've gone through it quickly. I'm not going to do a proper review. I was going to try and flick to some stuff I might do, but I'm still trying to find what I would do. I don't know. I don't know why I got it. as I said, I've never gone looking for vintage tea towels. I haven't even read it, so I can't really give a proper review on what's in the beginning. There is different sections. Maybe if I go to the front it'll show me. I mean, look at that. I would love to go find some tea towels like that. I don't think my Goodwill store would have such nice ones. I think they probably sell them on Etsy. So here's a selection. So, I mean, look, you can make little slipper flip-flops. You can make a little top. I don't know what that is, can't see. Oh, it's like a little glasses case or something. Yes. And little purses. I just thought it was really sweet, and I kind of like collecting books, even if I'm not going to use them that much. It's kind of one of my passions. Oh, look at that. I would love to find that tea towel. Look at that. I like pink. Did you know I like pink? Anyway, that was one of the books. It's not really, it's not a review. I just like books. It's kind of like having magazines as well. I love magazines and books, so that was my book talk. I don't know if I'll ever get around to sewing it, but I will read it. It's something I like to, pick up at bedtime, have a flick through. Okay, what are we getting into now? That brings us into some girly chatter. And I'm not sure. I'm going to try and move the camera. I might go over there into the other room and see what the lighting's like. So I've got the table in front of me. But if it doesn't look too good, you'll find me sitting back here again. So hang on a minute. Well, this looks okay. The lighting looks all right. I'm in my little kitchenette. I've got the table in front of me, and I can see a big picture behind me, which is one of my favourites. So girly chatter, very girly, and I didn't bring the other stuff because I had it all put together yesterday and I didn't get round to recording. One of the things, and I'll just quickly mention this because, as I said, it would probably bore the pants off the guys. You might have noticed that my nails are painted. They're quite short right now. I'm hoping to grow them, but not too long. And I'm in the process of, I've been buying quite a few different, here comes little Miss Thing, are you coming up? I've been buying a few new nail polishes and BS coat, top coat, which is honestly, it's silly, sounds silly, but I've never really used them. Come here. Alright, you went up then, huh? So I've been buying some BS coat, top coat, a couple of new nail polishes, some tools, to file my nails, some vitamin E oil stuff to put on my cuticles to soften them, and I'm trying to get into the habit of moisturising and using the moisturiser or hand cream every day or a few times a day, because my hands are so dry. They can't see your pretty face. You would drop it down a little like that. There you go. Oh, you're still sleepy. I hear you snoring. So, yeah, I've been having fun with that. Kristen's nails is amazing. Her nails are long. She's never bit nails, and her friends are always in awe of the length. So I said to her, I'm going to start giving her a little manicure and stuff. I even bought the dish. When I think about it, I should have bought two. It was just a $5 thing. You can get them on Amazon. You buy a little dish where you can rest your hand, and you put your hand in the water because you've got to soften. To give yourself a proper home manicure, you soften your fingers and all this first. And I've been I've been watching YouTube videos on how to give yourself a home manicure, because I don't have to have my nails painted all the time. I've never bothered with my nails, so I would not spend money on a manicure, $20 or $30 outside the house to have my nails painted, only to come home and have to do dishes and everything and they chip. But it's been fun this past week, looking at how to do my own, kind of pampering myself. And she's like, look, I'm getting my hands moisturised. She's licking my hands. This is what she does. You're not comfy now? You don't want them? So I might give Kristen some, mani kind of treatment as well. And then the other thing I mentioned last week, I think I did, or the week before, about the planners. Remember I showed you, I just discovered planners, and that there's a whole hobby out there for girls that are quite addicted to not just the planners, but decorating the planners. And I've not used a planner in a long time, but my goal is, I feel like I'm chopping my head off, but that's so you can see Bindi. My goal was to start getting organised and keep everything, all of my dates and stuff like that in a planner again, because I very rarely use my phone for the calendar and, you know, note keeping. So I ordered last week, and it came, I'm trying to get these out. I ordered from a website that I'd seen because I've been watching YouTube again, and Instagram. I'm following some Instagrammers that do a lot of their planning and show all their pages. I ordered from a site called Kiki K. That's K-I-K-K-I. Kind of like my Kiki, but it's an extra K. And it's kikik.com. It's in Australia, and they sell planners and time management planners and all this. This is a personal planner. And I've got gold. I do prefer, they've got a lovely mint and a lovely lilac colour on their website, but this one was 50% off. So I had to get this first, and there's the name, look, Kiki K. And it came really fast, came pretty fast, and I'll show you, this is all I got done. Oh, this is what I'm doing first. So that's the, you know, the beginning. Girls will make what these are called dashboards. I mean, there's so much terminology and so many stickers and all this stuff to do. I bought this, and this little thing, I've just stuck it in there like that. These are little flags. And one of the things, the reason I bought them is because they've all raved on about going to Target in their dollar spot store. You get all of these dollar things. This was from Target. And as I said, this little notepad, sticky notes, was Target. This is my first, I'll not show you the writing if I can help it. That's my first page after the dashboard, which is my personal information. And then I've got, it came with monthly pages, so this I've started, that's just February. And I've just been using some stickers that I've got, because I used to scrapbook, so I've got a ton of stickers. And I've done a March spread, just using some stickers. And I'm filling in birthdays right now. And then what I'm after that is trying to do a weekly page, not a monthly. I want to do a weekly page, which is a lot of the girls decorate a weekly planner. So I don't really have anything. I've kind of printed out some, but you want them down, Bindi? I want to look into a better weekly planner, you know, weekly page layout, because to be honest, it's kind of, after the money you pay for this, you do get a lot of inserts, but that doesn't come with the weekly calendar. It's got a lot of pages for to-do list, you know, just plain pages. And again, what the girls seem to do that are quite addicted to this is decorate all of these pages over time. It's, you know, you don't have to do everything all at once. They'll decorate a month at a time, they'll decorate a week at a time, and then they'll show you their spread, or they'll lay out and say, this is my week next week. If it's, you know, February, Valentine's week, then they'll have done it all in pink and hearts, things like that. So I do want to put in lots of other sections. For instance, I want to make a note of books that I want to read, or books that I have read this year, and I would probably decorate the pages when I get around to it. So I've just made notes on the pages that came with it. But you can get other to-do lists. I've made a section here. I'm going to keep all of the addresses of my pen pals and knitty friends. And if my sweet friends watching, she'll recognise that card. So this, again, I've kind of, they sometimes call these dashboards, and it's just really, it's just your divider. But I've stuck on a card that came from one of my friends. So I get to see that every time I flip the page. And then I printed this out yesterday, pen pals, and I added some stickers. And I was trying to even make my own page. I don't want to. I've stuck some stickers on. I've written some names because I was writing some cards out. But I did this just name, address. So I'm going to start writing in here all of the addresses and stuff I've got in a little address book, and you know, putting their Instagram name, their Ravelry name, hobbies, pets and kids information, like. So yeah, I've just got it at a glance. I think that would be really good. I also want, and I haven't got anything in here yet to mark the next section. I want to do things like my household cleaning schedule and what zones I clean. You know, I was telling you I was trying to break that down into different days. I'll do different zones, a bit like Fly Lady. That I used to. I had a huge big 3-ring binder, but I'm wanting to come down to something like this and have it all in a nice small one. So that is what I ordered. Hold on, I just dropped another sticky pad. The other sticky pad, the pink one, came with this. And here's another little set. These were all from the Dollar Spot. They've started bringing out springtime and Easter, you know, goodies. This is $1. I got those. I got sticky sheets that was like this. I just tore them apart. There's a sticky pack of stickers, and actually when you pull these off, it's like quite thick. It's like cardboard. So those are stickers. As I said, I got these little flags. I got some more, and I haven't brought them down. I did pick up, even though I do stamping cards and that, I just sometimes don't have a time. So I did pick up a little pack of thanks cards and just a little, you know, hello, why hello cards, and they're $1. And then there's another set of stickers which I can use in my planner, or it shows you you know, you can make a card using these stickers and some patterned, you know, paper or scrapbooking paper. So give you a little. So I like that too. I mean, as I said, I have a ton of stamping stuff and cards, supplies, stuff to make my own cards, but sometimes I just don't get the time to do it. So that is my new fun thing as well. I thought it's quite girly, you know, to actually decorate your planners. And it's just, I have to keep looking online or on Instagram for just ideas and motivation, that, because I feel like it's a little bit overwhelming, but I just need to take it slowly, take out the pages I might not use, and create my own sections, really. Like I said, pen pals, books I want to read. One of them, it could be my knitting as well. I'd like to make notes, because I'm not really filling out my knitting diary that I started either. So I thought this might be a better way. It's all in one place. I can make notes of what I'm knitting. And that way I can see what's in each bag, or I can make a note of what's on my needles. So that would be fun as well. And I can probably just use the plain pages that came with it to do that. It's too much glare now. And you know, eventually decorate them with some knitting stickers or stuff like that. So that is my lovely new Kiki Care planner. And I also, one of the things that they seem to do a lot, you can either buy them Etsy shops. There's Etsy shops where you can buy all of this stuff for planners as well. They sell things like this, big, you know, paper clips with ribbon. I've just made that, and it's sticking, but I got rolls of ribbon from Target as well for $1, and I've just made one of these little paper clips. I think I showed you the one the other week where I made a heart. You know, I crocheted the heart. I need to glue that on, and I could use that. So some girls have them sticking all over the place, and I don't know, they just look so pretty and girly. So I jumped on the bandwagon, so to speak. But I think that brings me to the end. I don't really talk about shop updates or, you know, Kiki Boo bags again, because I'm not sewing much right now. one of these days I'd like to get back to it, but before I do, I want to get a routine established or a schedule and know that it's working before I set some time to go and sew again. So, but anyway, I think I'm getting a little bit hoarse because I'm all, as I said, congested and nasally too, so I hope I better close it there. Hope it's not irritating you so much to listen to. Bindy's gone off on a wander again. I got to go check where she is. So yeah, that's the end of this week's show. I hope you've enjoyed it. It sometimes goes so fast, but the week goes so fast, so I know I'll be here with you before you know it, and probably not Thursday next week. I will try to do the Wednesday. That seems to be my regular day now. So until then, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I hope you come back next week and join me in the knitting den. Bye guys.